Okay, we got the walk-around video of the 1958 Lancia Aurelia B20 GT Series 6. Now, Lancias are certainly special and very much ahead of their time, and this is not your usual car, certainly not your usual Lancia, and it is not for the usual collector. This is certainly one that we're very honored and proud to offer, as it is a proper preservation class Lancia Aurelia B20. These are, in my opinion, one of the most undervalued and under-recognized grand touring cars of the 50s. And this particular one showing fabulous patina, which I'm hoping it will come through on the video. We usually go and point out every blemish or every area that we see, but in this particular one, I'm not gonna categorize these cracks and these age signs as blemishes, but almost like passages of a story, the history of this particular car, showing its age, showing its endurance, showing all the wonderful things that this particular vehicle has gone through in life. The paint and the patina, the way that it has aged in this particular car, in my opinion, is an absolute piece of art that has taken almost 70 years now, 60 and change, just very carefully aging, and you can tell by the panels, the reflection. With its original coat, how it truly demonstrates that this vehicle has been pampered and cared for and utilized as it was meant for. Bright work still shows very good. Headlights, grille, all showing really respectable and well presented, in a vehicle that will be very proud to be shown in any lawn, in any concours, in its preservation class. And as they always say, you can always restore them, but they're only original ones. Its interior has very exceptional fitting to its upholstery, its levers, and it's a shame that obviously video cannot represent the smells, but that certain smell and that characteristic feel this car has. Lancia, as mentioned earlier, very much ahead of its time. It's the very first production car that offered the aluminum V6 and a proper transaxle. So it is, this one being the GTS, which was the US version or the US model of the Series 6 with a floor shifter. And once again, the transmission sits in the rear, achieving that 50-50 or as close to 50-50 weight distribution, which really transfers really well while driving. This car is incredibly competitive in its time, ran most of the road races, placed very well throughout them. At the turn of the key, you see the dynamo light that turns on, and then it's got these levers here. Again, very well advanced, way ahead of its time, even in my opinion above Ferrari and other brands that are more valuable and more recognized. But I believe, in my personal opinion, Lancia is ahead of Porsche, Ferrari. So starter, you push this lever, that lights up. Needs your choke, of course, and then you press this button. Make sure we're neutral, the button being within the key. Engine starts right up. You hear that sucking air sound, and that's your choke. We obviously drove it out of the garage or the car barn. When you pull these back, your revs settle down. You don't hear that air sucking anymore, and then you pull it completely out. The starter light shuts off and the dynamo shuts off as well. Beautifully crafted French Jaeger analog gauges, integrated with your fuel, oil, temperature, and oil pressure and water temperature or coolant temperature. Clock within your tachometer. Again, this is the GTS, which stands for the US model. So your levers and your gauge, your gauges are in English and miles per hour. Now, one very attractive thing about this particular Lancia, much like the Gullwing, your levers for your lights and your windshield wipers, they're not marked. And it was, in a sense, a driver pride to know what these levers do. You got your headlights over here, and then your wipers. I don't believe the radio works, so radio is not functioning. But back then, of course, you can enjoy your cigarette. But the car does not carry a smoke smell or a smoking smell at all. It's a certainly what I'm gonna call an Italian European smell, which obviously carries by the upholstery and the elements that they use in your cabin, that over age just has that very particular and very recognizable smell. So lever for the hood, again, all of them beautifully crafted and well placed. You pull that back. Every little thing in this particular Lancia is thought of. The final series, the 6 Series, truly much more refined. As you can see, that holds your trunk and hood in place. Just simply work it. Engine itself showing very healthy idle. We'll take it here for a short drive and show how well these cars drive. I keep saying this, but certainly this was built by engineers really ahead of its time. Those are your levers for your suspension. It has a hydraulic suspension that you can adjust your mode, sport mode, comfortable mode, or driving mode. All from those levers there, meant for all type of altitudes, from the Alps down to Oceanside. So it's got these thermostat actuated radiator cover here. As it gets warm, which is still cold, now these will expand and will open these flaps to let more air in to the radiator or through the radiator. The heater valve, single Weber. Again, it's a V6 aluminum V6, the very first production car offering a V6 engine.